All right. I'm going to give it a little bit of time. I got some bright lights here. Wait for some people to jump on here and get talking. Kind of a slow spin up. This is just something I felt really compelled to do. I felt really compelled to talk about how to face fear in a huge time of uncertainty for everybody. I know right now it's a time that's got a lot of people scared. You know, I'm starting to hear more and more contractor friends of mine talk about how they've got large jobs people are backing out of, all due to the virus. Not going to say the name. Everybody knows what the pandemic is that's going on, and I'm seeing and sensing more and more fear. Everybody that's on here, I got 2 people right now. I'm trying to kind of slowly spool this thing up so we get some people involved. Leave comments, questions, your thoughts on how things are getting affected right now. But I'm hearing more and more people becoming afraid of the current situation, of what's going on, what's the future like. I had somebody in our area just recently ask me, what do I think about the future of our line of work? You know the really quick future of what's going to go on with this whole crazy economy and things that are happening. Sam, yes, we're gonna make it, dude. That's it. You know, that's a little bit of what I'm gonna hit on here is, yeah, there's some crazy things going on right now, but you gotta have Sam said it best, a we're gonna make it attitude. You know, how we're gonna face this stuff. There are gonna be changing times. No one said this was gonna be easy. No one said things were always gonna work out. You know, this is what people would consider a black swan event. You know, no one can predict that this is going to happen. No one can predict things like this are going to happen. Hello. Hope Seattle is going well. Hope things are going good. Hopefully nothing too crazy's got shut down yet. Hope you the best. Thank you for commenting on this. But it's a crazy, super uncertain time. And people don't know what's coming next, and that just leads to uncertainty. And I shot a video about kind of how to deal with these situations and how to get prepared and just lightly hit on it this past weekend. I let that out, and that's really what, as we spool this video up, what I wanted to talk about is preparation, you know, and steps to be taking and to be looking down the road and not just freaking out about what's right in front of you with the whole epidemic that's going on right now, how scared everyone is. An event like this is creating tons of uncertainty in this world. It is. It's going to get a little questionable for a little bit, but it's creating tons of uncertainty. So Sam goes and looks at a job, and he is more scared because he knows he needs work and he doesn't know what's coming in the future. Customers sense that. Customers are more scared because, depending on your clientele, if you're dealing with someone that is happy when the stock market's kicking butt and sad when it's not doing well, and that's how they view the money they have, you're gonna see tons of volatility. Right now, it's bottomed out. Like, it's all bad. The stocks, you're 30% down, 20% down, crazy loss. Trillions of dollars have been lost in the stock market over this course of this major downfall. And I can't preach to you enough that now is the time to be going out on this stuff and meeting with customers and being certain. Guys, everyone, girls, guys, whoever, everyone watching this, leave comments on how you're doing it. There's 4 people watching this so far, but you need to be right now addressing your customers, letting them know what's going on with your company, and talking about ways that you're going to work around this, things that you're going to be doing. You know, I'm already preparing for, okay, if we get shut down, we have to not work for 2 weeks. What's the game plan? If we have to not actually physically talk to anybody or physically have a conversation with anybody face to face, how do we approach that? Be thinking about things like marketing, that your appointments are no longer, don't look at your Roth, dude. It's all that stuff's long term, man. That's gonna be good. It's gonna come back. The economy's gonna it would have to be complete devastation for that stuff to not come back. It's been good for 294 or 300 years. It's going to be fine. But I mean, most likely, the crazier things have happened. But now is the time to be instilling certainty in these people and be pressing out into this and giving them options. All of your customers, that's what I was getting on. Options of how to, you sell landscapes, you sell lawn care. You know, you don't need to physically be right next to someone to go walk around and do a landscape design. You know, if these people are going to be spending a ton of time, and sorry if you see me pause because I see something that you comment and I want to read it, and I'm probably going to have to hit back on this. I got a really kind of like rickety stand here. I wish you could see how this is set up. It's not my normal tripod. But you need to be talking to these people about creative ways to still have your appointments. We've already emailed out that if any of our appointments, if they don't want to actually physically come out of their house, I'll set and I will meet that same time. I will go to your property and you can call me. You can walk me through your property. Just take 5-10 more minutes preparing your conversation for me, since you can't be right there pointing at it with me, and walk me around. I mean, guys, everybody, we should know enough about what we're doing that we really don't need them to directly point at what we're doing. And we need to be thinking about workarounds. And you need to be advertising it right now, preparing for whatever is going to happen. If it's going to get worse, I mean, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And like I already said, be getting everything that's good, you know, be taking on as much stuff that's good and putting it in your line of work, so you've got some work to do. We had a huge announcement today. I'm not going to say the names of it on here, but major players, and you know, I don't know how public this is yet. I'm sure it's pretty public, but major players in one of the most used products we use are shutting down their production lines. So be looking at the things you need if it's going to be available. You know, I bought a semi-load of something today just to make sure we had availability of. I needed that semi-load of product to do jobs. So be looking, be prepping on how you can talk to these customers and deal with them and still get jobs from them, and be prepping on to make sure you've got the material. Also, don't overbuy and do stuff that's crazy. Like, we have tons and tons of landscape jobs that have been waiting on plants. Don't go out and buy all the plants for all of those projects today. What if for some reason we got shut down tomorrow and can't work, and now I got to maintain plants for a certain amount of weeks just to keep them through until we were able to get back to work? I'm not being a doomsday guy. I'm just saying, think about everything. Be prepping. So first was prepping these customers to know like how we can communicate with them, what we can do and go above and beyond to still communicate. And this works for every industry. However you can reach out and touch these customers. If you had to meet them in person, be talking. My insurance guy today said I got an email today from one of my insurance guys that I have some life insurance through. He is no longer going to have an open office. He is going to be doing Zoom conferences and everything else on the computer and phone. He'll be able to make any changes. There just will be no more face-to-face. You should be doing this with your landscaping stuff. You should be marketing it. You should be putting it on your Google AdWords and everything else. You should be putting it on your marketing and everything else, that this is how we're approaching this. We are taking an active response to what is going on. We are taking an active stance on this. We're doing our best to be the best for our community. And these are the ways we're approaching that. And it's going to pay tenfold. So talking to the customers about how you can do things different to accommodate the situation. Preparing with materials that things are going to be shutting down. Manufacturing is going to be shutting down. Places and businesses that have got hundreds of people stacked on top of each other to produce a good or whatever the case is, it's probably going to get worse, and they're already starting to limit that, and they're going to be my belief is they'll forcefully limit that. So if something you rely on is getting made constantly to produce the work you're doing, it's going to be harder and harder to get, because they're probably going to shut the production down. And if a lot of people buy it up really quick, you want to make sure you're first in line. You just got to keep your mind on that. Is like that good. It's not, is it a block or is it a plant? A plant is a pain to keep on stock. A block is not. So be thinking about all these different things. and thinking about all these different ways you can be creative. Right now is a time that you're gonna see everybody around you be fearful, be scared, and rightfully so. You know, I've got my own concerns of everything that's going on right now, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be either way. Whatever happens is what happens. And even though you've got your own fears, your own reserves, this is not a time to stop. Don't be the guy that stops marketing just because he's scared of what's going on right now, because this is a time to gain market share while others are scared and to continue growing your business. Another thought that I've had is let's be getting all these estimates in, so if something happens where we can't go out and see estimates or we can't go out and do anything else because we're on total lockdown or whatever the situation may be, we can be working on this stuff. We can be communicating with customers, be getting customers emails if you're not getting emails yet. So you can do email marketing and you can keep working a mobile office. We've already got one office person working off site because she hasn't been feeling that well for days and we're not taking any risk. So she's working off site. We're already planning for how we can all work at home and keep selling stuff and keep producing. So the second we're able to do that work or whatever the case is, you need to be like water. You need to take the path of least resistance. You need to look for the things you can do to be creative in a time where everybody's freaking out. Be looking for the things you can do different to make you better. Let me look at a little of these comments right here, see if I can get any of these up. Sam, preach. Yard Smart, hello from Minnesota. Hope Minnesota's going well. What's the best way to talk to customers about this? Facebook or mailers? Yard Smart, I hope you're still on here. A little afternoon wine. Gotta have some every now and then, especially with the current situation. But Yard Smart. So if you go to our last video, you can steal it. I had a buddy from Canada that actually did a video from it. It was awesome. You can go to our last video and you can look at the downloadable or whatever it is picture of what we sent to all of our customers. And a good buddy of mine, I won't mention his name, but he's a Canuck, and he made a video of this. It's freaking awesome. It was beautiful. It made me so mad that I saw him do this video and we didn't do a video. But so he kind of went off of what we said, and he said that to his customers. So first, email your customers. Then spread this. The way we did was we emailed our customers, the whole list, and even all the old leads. And then we started using that piece and we put it on Facebook for marketing. And then we just kind of spread that around. We shared it with other people because people, even though everybody knows what's going on, right? Hey, Euroyard, yes, man. Dude, that video was awesome. I probably should do a video I don't know. That was such a great idea. But you should be putting this out in all forms for people to see. You should be communicating with everybody. So the correct answer is, I don't know that I would do mailers. I would do emails if you've got them. If you don't have emails, maybe mailers, and then put it on Facebook, whatever your message is to everybody. Just really put it out there. Be proactive, because yes, everyone knows about what's going on. Everyone knows the situation, but people want your take. They want to see how you're handling it. They want to see what your business is doing, what your situation is. And we're showing them how we're being, so my take is we're showing them how we're being proactive. We're coming up with new ways to do things, to have workarounds, to continue growing our business, because, you know, that there's no reason to stop. There's no reason to, yes, you're gonna get fearful and things like that, but you gotta continue having ways to push things out. This is a time when people contract, and this is a make or break time. You can make your business grow exponentially, or you can curl up in a ball and die. And it's situations like this that scare a lot of people and then cause exponential growth in wealth and business and everything. I saw my wife comment on something. I got to try to get this up here. Oh, here it is. Sorry about my finger there, guys. That's kind of annoying. I wish I could find a better way to do that. But Euroyard, thank you for the shout out. Nicole, courtesy calls. Check with your clients, especially elderly. Your clients will never forget how you took care of them during this. Hey, it's an awesome thing. We had an email last week, so we're sending some of this stuff out, and a customer said how they love Scooter's Lawn Care because it's like assisted living. It's like assisted care. We come, we notice if there's mail stacked up. We notice if there's a problem. We make mention of this stuff. We do more and more to, we do more and more to try to take care of those people. And Nicole said, this is especially right, that you need to be thinking about these people. You need to be thinking about the elderly especially, because right now is the time that they're the most scared. And if you've got elderly as customers and there's any extra you can go above and beyond, check on these people, do calls, do whatever. You hit it right there, Euroyard. Communication is key. Everything you can do, every opportunity you can do to show care. And this is genuine. I can't talk. And I swear it's not the wine, but this is genuine. This isn't about just selling stuff. This is about being a rock in your community. This is about coming up with ways to better serve people. Make sure you're taking care of people. Make sure in a time like this that you're doing everything you can for everybody around you. Maybe you're worried yourself and you're afraid to do anything with money to help others, but you can reach out and you can make sure people are okay and customers. You can do a lot without spending any money. And yes, obviously the long game of you doing things like this is you look even better in your community. You truly help your community, and in a business that helps its community, well, the community will turn around and help that business. Michael, yes, thank you for the shout out. Gosh, I don't know why I can't talk. Can't talk at all. Nicole, time to stop drinking wine when you can't stop saying when you can't. Yeah, I know. It's not about drinking the wine, but this is crucial. This is the only reason I wanted to get on here tonight and talk about this. I lightly hit on this stuff. I wanted anybody who's on here who wants to ask questions or who wants some thought, who wants some feedback. This is a time where we can all share together, because we kind of need to decompress. I know everybody's been hit with a bunch of crazy stuff, and people have got their own fears, their own worries, and I just wanted to get on here to kind of affirm this to people and tell them that this is a time where we can expand, where we can become better, where we can help even more people, where we can do more for others. And we need to take advantage of those things. We need to take advantage of yes, you're gonna have your fears, but it's just like any other problem or challenge in your life. You don't get anywhere if you crawl up in a ball and you stop. You have to continue moving forward. Like, the biggest piece of advice that I can give you is, yes, it's all right to be afraid, but always look ahead and move forward. You must keep moving forward in your business, in your life, in everything. It's the only thing that makes things get better, because if you stay scared in one spot, it can dwell on you, and it can just eat away at you, and it just continues and continues and continues. Yard Smart, hey, you're so welcome. I really appreciate you being here. Anybody that's watching this, leave comments. Any advice? This is about sharing. This is a situation where everybody's a little scared, and we want to share together to make things easier for each other and help each other. So I would spend hours and hours and hours doing anything I could do for anybody, because you got to get your mind right about a situation like this, especially when you own a business. Euroyard, interested in your take on door hangers and people feared of touching anything because of germophobia. I think that this is, I already saw Nicole make some good points. I think that's huge. You're going to have crazy stuff about being a germaphobe. I'm still shaking some hands and not others. I'm letting the customers decide, because the whole team now is using hand sanitizer 24/7. My hands, I'm using so much hand sanitizer that you can't see it quite, but I've got cracks in my hands from how much I'm using hand sanitizer, trying to keep my hands clean. And the door hangers, I don't know how people are gonna react to that. We did door hangers today. I don't know how people are gonna react to being germaphobes. I gotta imagine the U.S. Postal Service, at least here in America, is still delivering. So people are still taking their mail. I don't think they're completely rejecting their mail. I feel like they'd feel like it's just like any other piece. Maybe they'll wash their hands afterwards. And you got to think there's always some germaphobes. There's always some people that won't touch anything that are freaked out. but that doesn't stop door hangers from being effective. So I think door hangers may be about the situation or with what's going on or anything. I think continued marketing is key, whatever it is. And if you're worried about there being a hit on that, now's where we jump to what Nicole just said, is I think the place to be is in their hands, on their phone, social media, AdWords, etc. Yeah, like right now more than ever, we are going to be in a time where people have got their phone shoved in their face, reading about what's going on, getting updates. I know I'm constantly staring at my phone, probably more than ever. I'm clocking more hours on this stupid little box than I ever do, just watching what is going on so I can be right there and know how to adjust for that next move. So if you're worried about the door hangers, Rudy, you can jump right on AdWords and you can jump right on Facebook and you can be right in their face. You know, 90% of these younger people, and I'm making up numbers, so I don't know, but you know, a huge percent of these younger people and everybody in general is getting a lot of their information from Facebook. So if you're paying for ads to jump up in front of certain people, paying for a message to jump up in front of certain people, they're gonna see it. I mean, it's the billboard of our time. Michael, I think they are more effective because everyone is sitting at their house, looking at their ugly yards, door hangers. Yeah, I mean, for sure. You know, and I don't know, but that's probably true. I've had some thoughts about and had some conversations with guys that people are going to be sitting looking at their lawn more often. There's a lot of people working from home right now and seeing problems, and so they're full blown working from home and they're putting in 40 hours a week in their home office or at their kitchen table looking out at their lawn, and it's just like every day at the office, but yet they're stuck in their house looking at all their problems. So there's a good chance that as long as their business isn't majorly affected, as long as there's someone that doesn't have every dime in the stock market and they're needing that within, you know, a very short term, they're going to see this as an opportunity to make things better. See this as an opportunity to, hey, this stuff's right out in front of me. I'm home. I can make an appointment easier. Hey, luckily the company I deal with is, you know, they don't even need me to go outside. I can just talk to them on the phone while they're here. Other things to think about that go along that line that I've been talking about is not just doing appointments and doing those over the phone. We have our system set up where people accept their estimates right through their email. They look at their estimate through their email. Get digital. Take this time, especially if you get some time where you get shut down, take this time to figure out a way to make it where it's all digital, where there doesn't have to be any human actual interaction. Not that human interaction's bad, but in a time like this, you may need to do stuff like that. Hey there from Italy, how's it going? What's the current status? I don't want to butcher your name. I'm not even going to say it. Alfano, I can say because I had a Peter Alfano in my class. So I'm going to call you Mr. Alfano. Hello from Italy, he says. What's the current status there? You know, everybody talks about how it's just crazy and things are horrible. Put a comment on here. I'd like to see your take on how things are going. How totally locked down are you guys? What's the status? So I know that I've talked to other friends that have people that have friends in China that their economy and everything is starting to tick back up. Things are coming back around. They're starting to open businesses back up. So that's good to see that things are coming back around for one area. Mr. Alfano, here's a bad situation. I live in Lombardia. I was on Lombardia in red zone. Sorry for my English. No, it's all good, man. All good. Do you have anyone that's personally affected? Like, do you have any family that's affected by this? Have you had any really close contact with some of this situation? Maybe some of the people on here can get some feedback from this, because we're all going to be dealing with this. Doesn't matter where you're at. Here, no one can go out without permission. There are police in the streets. If you go out without permission, you get arrested for 3 months. See, that's what it is, guys. This stuff can happen anywhere. Stuff gets crazy enough, and I don't know what to say. There's no limit on how wild stuff can get. Crazy things happen. It's not limited to the movies of crazy stuff happening, and people need to be able to deal with it and figure out ways to work around it. Hey, thank you for that. Like I said, if you get a second to chat, to put that in the comments, like have you been personally affected by it? Obviously, you've been personally affected because you can't go out of your house. But has family? Do you know anyone that's had this? How's it? How's everything been going for the people that you know that have had this? Yard Smart. I was given some gift certificate to my long-term customers as a thank you for 10 years in business. Do you think I should still do this or hold off on an uncertain time? Give them gift certificates. Make them think about you. I think that's a great idea. I don't think there's anything wrong. The only thing wrong is not marketing, not letting your customers know about you, not reaching out to take care of them, not doing your best to have your name everywhere they look. So when things turn back around or whatever the situation is, because like I said, if things didn't ever turn back around, everybody's screwed anyway. So it's like, it's irrelevant. Yes, go out there and do that. That's a great idea, dude. That's awesome. Go out and do that. Do it as gift cards, and maybe for your elderly customers that are higher risk that you know personally, send them double, send them more. Say, hey, I know you need this, and just in case in these hard times, if there's anything extra I can do for you, I wanted to make sure you had some extra funding to do that, if that's a possibility for you. Mr. Alfano, food, medicine stuff are delivered. That's wild. It's so wild to see how everything is just going. But I mean, it's good. It's good to see that people are coming together. It's good to see. I think it's going to make people think, which is good. Nobody thinks. Everyone just does. Your yard, marketing stunt, send your clients a case of refreshing Corona. Yeah. I would say that with a lime, the good version. Michael, how does lawn care do in a recession? Lawn care does awesome. So that's a really cool question. Lawn care does awesome. Just maintenance does awesome. Design construction, build companies usually take more of a hit because that's something that's not, like, maintenance is so needed. You can't let your grass get 10 feet tall. You cannot have $100,000, $20,000, $50,000 backyard outdoor living area. Like that's possible. The grass has to be cut. So mowing, maintenance, fertilizer does awesome in recessions. A lot of people feel like they're extremely recession proof. Landscaping, I think, can also do really well, but you just need to make sure you're the most known. And Michael, you watch our Facebook, so you know that my take on being well known and trying to get people to know your name, a lot of it's based in that. A lot of it is taking time to try to recession proof the business. I don't necessarily care about the ROI because I care about the branding. I want our brand to be number one when people think about getting work done in Springfield. Hey, Michael, leave in the comments, how recession proof is the business you currently work in? Mr. Alfano, many people have died. No one gets a funeral. Some families have familiar died in house for 2 days. The cemeteries work the crematories work 24/7. It is a very, very bad situation. However, man, it's horrible to hear. It's scary. It's not that bad here yet. As you guys can see, it can get bad really quick. Last week or like maybe 8 days ago, I'm not precise on this. I got so many things going that I'm not precise, but 8 to 14 days ish ago, we were right where you were. So depending on the decisions they make here moving forward, we're probably going to see how bad this is really going to get, or if they do the 2-week shutdown or the extended shutdown to try to flatten the curve, because I know that's the biggest problem. I've listened to some high up conversations and some conversations about this in general, and it's not a fear of being able to deal with a problem. That's not the fear. Like, nobody's worried so much about the pandemic from a medical standpoint. And I could be wrong. I'm not a doctor or anything, but they're just worried with the volume. Italy can't deal with the volume. They're having to make decisions on who lives and dies, And the whole idea of flattening the curve and stretching this stuff out because we take a 2-week break on all this stuff, or we shut down for 2 weeks, is we can handle a ton of stuff in 4 months, 2 months, a month, but we can't let it all happen in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We can't have millions of new patients in that time, or it'll be the same. It'll be the same thing. Yeah. I'm really sorry to hear that, man. I know everything shows you guys have been getting hit bad. Your confirmation that it's really, really bad there. And yeah, I'll keep you in my prayers, and I'm sure everybody watching this will keep you in your prayers. It's a scary, really sad time, and I've talked to multiple business owners. You know, today I was kind of back on the grind doing my thing, but I spent most of my time between appointments and stuff just talking to business people yesterday. And the general consensus is that maybe we're not scared, maybe we're not freaking out. It just feels weird because we don't know what's about to happen. So as much as you can prepare is really what you got to do. Your yard, sorry to hear that. I heard it's so bad in Italy because a lot of people's bodies don't get responded to antibiotic treatments anymore. Yeah, I mean, it's a virus, guys. Like, the only thing I've ever known is viruses don't respond to antibiotics anyway. It runs its course. All I heard, and I don't know if it's even real, is, you know, people being able, not having enough ventilators or not having enough space in a hospital to people to get the treatment they need. So, because it happens so quick, they would have to decide who gets it and who doesn't. So that's what we don't want to happen here in America, and we don't know yet. It's just the beginning, and I wish you all the best. And I hope the effect of this is, I hope everybody remembers it, and I hope people realize what can happen. I hope people realize that things can get crazy. You know, things can get bad really, really quick. People may hate their country or love their country, but this, no matter what, shows what you can do. And I don't think anybody is ever going to be ready for something like this. You know, so that's scary. You know, black swan events, things that are really scary like this are going to take a serious toll on people. Guys, I love all these comments. Thank you so much. And Mr. Alfano, thank you for jumping on here, dude. That is it's really meaningful to see someone that's currently in Italy comment on this and telling the status, because I know, like everything has been saying, you guys have just been getting hammered with this. So I wish you health. I hope that I hope you're not too personally affected by this, other than being kind of locked down. I hope you stay healthy and you do well. Your yard, concerning about the U.S. is the lack of hospital beds per capita. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole deal about flat, though. Like I said, I'm not super educated on it, but when I hear people say flatten the curve and stretching this stuff out, like, that's the whole deal, is the amount of hospital beds. You know, there's not enough hospital beds for it to happen really fast. We can handle a lot. We just can't handle it it just can't happen like that. It's not going to be good. So we'll see. We'll see. Only time will tell what everything's going to be, and that's why there's no reason to jump up and down and freak out, because you just don't know. It's going to be what it's going to be. We need to take the steps moving forward to help as much people as possible, do the best for our business as possible. Now is the time to, yes, let's help people, but remember, when you get on an airplane and they tell you, when you're about to take off and they start going through the things, remember that the speech about the oxygen mask is put it on you first before you put it on your kid. And some people don't understand this, and I've had guys tell me that they wouldn't do that. And you can't save anybody else if you don't save yourself first. This goes for business, this goes for family, this goes for life, this goes for everything. So some of you guys might be afraid to look greedy or look like you're handling the situation wrong at this time. Like I said, help everybody you can. But if you haven't saved yourself or helped yourself or had a plan or been prepared for yourself, you can't do anything for anybody else. So take care of yourself. Make sure you're prepared. Make sure whatever your status is, you do whatever you can. I would suggest to anybody watching this, get 2 weeks of food. Not trying to be a doomsday guy, but get 2 weeks of food and prep just in case they shut America down. Shut the U.S. down for 2 weeks. And don't be, and if you're watching this and you're so broke that you're like, this guy can afford it and I can't, man, I lived off ramen for years when I was younger. You know, that's all I lived off of. Go buy the bricks of ramen. It's not quite the 15 cents it used to be when I was working in the store, but it's still cheap. You know, get whatever it is, whatever it'll be that'll make you through some time. Get some necessities and get prepared just in case. Because worst case scenario, you don't need anything, and it doesn't matter, and all washes over, and you just eat all your food and go along about business as usual. See, dude, just wash your hands and use some common sense. Yes, this is true. Just wash your hands and use some common sense, and use hand sanitizer, and take precaution, and care about the people around you. And sure as hell, do not come to work sick. Respect people a little bit. You know, anybody watching this, like, if you got a cough, if you got a fever, if you are sick, just don't go to work right now. This isn't a time to push it. Don't spread anything. You know, influenza kills a lot of people as well. You don't need to be spreading anything when everybody's at a heightened sense of being sick is going to cause bad things. So be smart. Use some freaking common sense. Great comments, you dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate you saying you love this channel. I love doing this. I love talking in front of people, and I love a time like this. It's going to bring us all together. You know, everybody's got to get stronger together. People got to work together. People got to get creative together. Here in my area, and in pretty much every area, they've shut down restaurants and bars. People like this need support. They need to get creative. You need to be going out and buying takeout from the places that can't serve anymore. You need to go be buying stuff from them. If they haven't shut fast food places down, like, just because they haven't shut fast food places down, you need to be going and buying from the local community places, buying from the restaurants that can't serve any longer, that are living off of that stuff. Even though all the servers and stuff are gone, God, keep the business around, because if they save themselves, they can be there for the customer, or they can be there for the employees down the road. See, dude, I already told my guys, if you don't feel good, dude, that's what I said. I had some guys show up Monday, like, questionable, look bad, and I said, get out of here. I can't believe you even came to work today. Rudy, don't use common sense. The masses are feared. That's what common sense will be based on. Yeah, I mean, but common sense. Yeah, don't be feared, but still use your best. Use your sense about things. I get both. I get what you're saying. Guys, everybody, there's 14 people on here. You can drop some comments. I'm about to wrap this thing up. I'm going to finish my little glass of wine. I'm going to go spend some more time with my wife and kids. I'm going to think about how I'm going to keep on attacking these next few days. I think here in the United States, by the end of the week, something's going to be drastically different, or maybe it'll all be the same, but we're going to know a lot by the end of this week. So I wish you all the best. I thank you for following our journey. I hope you stay healthy. Mr. Alfano, I hope that everything goes well with you in Italy, and I hope things turn around as quickly as possible. It's good to see China coming back around, so hopefully you'll be right behind that. Yard smart. God bless you too, man. I'll be keeping you all my thoughts and prayers. See, dude, we'll get through this for sure. Yard. Jacob, did you wipe down the wine bottle? Hey! No, I did clean my hands, though. I kind of wiped it down. It's just hard, man. It's hard to keep up with everything. It's hard to think about all the ways you could get something. So everybody stay safe. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you if you're still here. This has been 37 minutes and 57 seconds of awesomeness. And awesome. Every comment was awesome. Thank you for all the feedback. God bless all of you. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Get prepared. And I'll talk to you soon. Everyone have a great evening. See ya.